Alrighty everyone, and that is an end to this marathon. I was pretty happy with most of the games that I picked up and played. It was very, a very fun time. So I wasn't gonna, do anything after the last video, but I thought I might just do a little end part of this marathon and just give my thoughts on some of the, all of the games that I've played. And I'm gonna be honest, I was pretty impressed with some of them. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll tell you what, I'll start with the one that was sort of a, Sniper Assault. That was pretty bad. Like, there was not much to it. I could see this being a game you'd put on having a party and just see who can get the highest score and who can get the furthest, but that's about it. This is not a very top tier game, if I can call it that. It's just, I feel like it's like a mobile phone game. And so that's all I can really say about Sniper Assault. Alright, up next, Blinks the Time Sweeper. First time I've ever played it. I've many occasions where I've held it in my hand and I just put it back on the shelf, and yeah, now I can finally say I have actually played it, and not what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be a much more of an adventure game, much like Jak and Daxter, Crash Twinsanity. I was going to say Crash Bandicoot, but that's more of a sort of, level platformer. But like Crash Twinsanity, it's just a whole adventure game from point A to point B. And yeah, this game's more like just going through every level as quick as you can, just taking out enemies, and got to a boss fight by the end of the video, and yeah, it was alright, but not something I'd probably jump into urgently again. I'll probably pick it up at a much later date. So yeah, that's Blinks the Time Sweeper. I now can finally say I've played it. Now this one is sort of cheating because it's not really a retro game, but Immortal Realms Vampire Wars, I've had this on my watch list for a while, and I just never really got committed to buying it. And one of the retro shops that me and Luke have really favoured, that we always go in, we've gone there the most. Really awesome stuff and really cool stuff. Like, just really awesome to chat to, and picked up a few treasures from there a couple of times. And yeah, I just saw this and I thought, for $20 I'll give it a go, and I quite enjoyed it. I was not like Blinks, I was not expecting so much for this game. I thought it was just going to be a RTS like Risk, but no, there's a lot more to it. You're trying to take over parts of this map, and then it becomes a sort of battle simulation where you control your units on the field, much like a chessboard, I want to say. And yeah, I was quite amazed with how much I was having a good time with it. So yeah, at the end of the day, I'm glad I picked it up. Alrighty, Resistance Fall of Man. I really enjoyed this. I had a really good time, even though I only played for about 30 minutes. This is a game Luke actually recommended. I wasn't even intending to pick it up until we were at our last visit of the day at a retro store, and he just mentioned the game. He said, "Oh, if Resistance here, that'd be because I think he traded it like many years ago, and he's a big fan of the series. He played, I think there's 3 games, and he played all 3, and I actually remember him playing the second one, I think. And yeah, I happened to find it, $10. It was cheap as hell, and yeah, I had a really good time with it. It's fast. This is the kind of game, like, for FPS shooter, I really like. It's fast paced. Like, there's no slowing down. You're just going down, like, through, mowing down enemies. It's not like an FPS shooter today where you sort of you feel like you've got to take your time a little bit, because if you just run out, you end up dying. So it's nice just to sort of run in guns blazing and just kick absolute ass against the enemy. And yeah, really had fun with it. A game I actually had on my list, Dino Stalker. I was really impressed with this game. I completely forgot why I put it on my list, because it's a sequel / part of the Dino Crisis timeline, and when I was booting up the game and I'd seen the intro cutscenes taken from Dino Crisis 1 and 2, I was like, oh, that's right. That's why I put it on my list. I thought, why have I got a railgun dinosaur shooter? And then it finally hit me, that's why. And I'm pretty sure, I never actually looked it up in the end, I'm pretty sure the female character we bumped into was from Dino Crisis 2. Now, spoiler alert, if you never played Dino Crisis 2, she's the daughter of the male character. I forgot his name. There's Regina and him. You pick those two characters to play as throughout, the game. Or you pick them at the beginning. And he receives a video call from his future self. And learns that the girl that are trying to kill him, they're like this assassin group, is his daughter. And I believe that's her. I'm positive, like 80%, because I just recognise her blonde hair. If I'm wrong, well, it is what it is. But I tell you what, I was starting the game up and I was shooting. So you got through the first level where you're parachuting, and then when we hit the floor, I'm just shooting dinosaurs thinking they're coming at me, but then I learned that you actually can move forward, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. So yeah, I had a really good time with this, and I'll probably do a playthrough on it, and I hopefully haven't wrecked a disc, because there was a few. It's a video rental copy, and it had the sticker on the disc, and I used some rubbing alcohol to try and get it off, and I hopefully haven't wrecked it. So that'll be a day to see if I have or not. And yeah, really awesome game. Really had fun with it. Alrighty, much like Blinks, I grabbed by the ghoulies. I've always seen it in the store. I've always had it in my hand, and I've always put it back. I just never really committed to trying it, and holy shit, I had a really good time with it. It was really fun. It was just so, it's like Donkey Kong Country and Banjo-Kazooie. I'm just looking at the cover now, and it is much like that. It is developed by Rare, and the game was just fun. It was charming. It was really gorgeous to look at, and just the gameplay itself was really enjoyable. And then there's a section of the game where you got to do quick time events because you get spooked. Like, you might die. I think you die if you don't do it in time. And yeah, this game just had it all, and I'm just really shocked that no one, I haven't really seen it in videos of people really talking about it. And yeah, I was thoroughly amazed. A really enjoyable game, even only playing for like 30 minutes. It was really good. It hooked me so much that I'm planning on a playthrough for it, hopefully one day. It just really, really fun. Alrighty, last but certainly not least, this had to be the final game to talk about because I was shocked how much I enjoyed this game. Danger Girl. This was just the only game I picked up from one of the stores we visited, and yeah, I was not expecting a lot with this game. I thought it's just going to be cheesy, just basic gameplay, and like those kind of games where you can tell it's just a really quick sort of cash grab, if you know what I mean. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had a really good time with it. The gameplay was quite, the FPS, like the frames per second, was very choppy, but the controls were quite smooth for me. I had no problem getting around the map and taking out enemies. Bear in mind, I died about 3 times to bullshit because I couldn't see. So there was a moment where I ran through the C4s, and yeah, I managed to get through the first level, but holy crap, I just don't know what this. The game is very, how do I put it? Very sexy. It does really push it out there that we only want gorgeous women representing this game, and holy shit, it is a game that I would probably say give it a go. I'm being serious. Like I said, I was gonna say 10 minutes. I was thinking Sniper Assault. Just jump in and it's gonna be like, oh yeah, one of those kind of games. But no, I kept playing until I finished the first level, and there was moments in the game where I had to. It was just this part in the mansion where you press this button. I got lost, and then I realized, I got this remote. What if I start, because circle is the action button. The room opened up, and there's a really pimped out looking bed. And I was like, wow, okay, this game really is something. So, I didn't actually search it up. I think it's a comic, because just the way it was sort of presenting itself, it looked like a. Oh, here we go. The back says, third-person action adventure has never been sexier with Danger Girl, the only video game based on the best-selling comic book series by J. Scott Campbell and Andy Hartnell. Dare to take control of 3 beautiful yet lethal Danger Girls in a espionage-themed thrill ride deemed too dangerous for any man to handle. Fuck yeah. So, yeah, I had a good time with that one. It was really fun. Alright everyone, there's an end to this marathon. I had a really good time just playing the games that I picked up, and I wanted to do this with the bunch before, but I just never got around to it, and it was mainly because I was still trying to figure out how to record most of the stuff, and I was still trying to mess with my new equipment that I purchased, like the retro tink and stuff. But yeah, I think it was pretty successful tonight. I was very happy with the result, and honestly, the games, apart from Sniper Assault, which was just meh, I had a really good time with these games. It was just nice to sort of kick back and just not really pay attention to the game, just play it and have a good time. And yeah, I did have a good time, so I'll definitely be doing this again once we, me and Luke get up there again to the retro game stores. And yeah, I look forward to it. I'm not sure what I'm going to call the series yet, but I'll probably just say Retro Marathon or something like that. But yeah, I'll tell you what, we'll end it there. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later.